Hey everyone, Red Rebel Jeff Jones here. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the recent controversies concerning the Daily Wire political news organization. Now, before I get into it, please like and share this video to give it a boost. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Daily Wire is a conservative news platform where characters like Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, and Michael Knowles are part of. And I think the Daily Wire is a net benefit to the culture wars. However, they're not infallible. They've made some missteps, especially in the last 6 months. There have been two major talent losses. One is Candace Owens, and the other has been Brett Cooper. Actually, just recently, Jeremy Boring, who was the co-CEO, has stepped down and has moved to an advisory role. Now, I'm actually going to talk a bit about the Candace Owens and Brett Cooper leaving, kind of give my thoughts on kind of why they might have, and also give some thoughts on Jeremy Boring and kind of why he left. I want to start with Candace Owens because this one is it's a bit more interesting, and I think it's a bit more controversial, I would say. Now, Candace Owens, it's a couple of months back now, left the Daily Wire. A lot of people say she was fired, but mm, yeah, she was really fired. Really, as far as I'm aware, her contract hadn't finished, so I think she was fired. Yeah, but a lot of people say that it was because she wasn't a supporter of Israel is the reason why she was fired, and like Ben Shapiro, who was one of the co-founders of the Daily Wire, is a big advocate of Israel. I don't. As far my belief in that is, I think that might have been maybe the last straw in the whole thing. I do kind of get the sense that there was a lot of friction between Candace and many of the many of the other hosts, but especially with Jeremy Boring. I'll get to Jeremy in a second, but Candace to me always seems like she's always in too much of an attack mode. Whenever I've seen her, there a lot of times I kind of go, she's making good points, but she doesn't need to be as aggressive as she is. And I think that kind of rubs people up the wrong way. And I think people like Ben and especially people like Jeremy, that probably caused a good bit of friction now. So I think it was more of a culmination. It was a lot of things coming together that led to that firing. However, I think a bigger misstep with the Daily Wire has been Brett Cooper leaving. Brett Cooper, for those of you who don't know, she was a young talent who her show was called The Comment Section, and I'm not gonna lie, it was one of my favorite shows on the Daily Wire. It was really good, mainly because it was like about 50 minutes long each show. Like the other shows are about an hour. Those short clippets I prefer, and I think a lot of other people do too. But yeah, I suspect what happened with the Daily Wire is that with Brett Cooper is that her contract with the Daily Wire ended, and the Daily Wire didn't want to continue it. Specifically, maybe Jeremy didn't want to continue it, which I think was a bad move because Brett Cooper is a hot talent. I'm not saying that in terms of appearance. I'm talking about like she's really good, and like a lot of people like the content that she makes. And what they did, they put in someone else. Now, a lot of people are saying that that other person, Reagan, I think is her name. I've seen that show a couple of times. They kind of put her and replaced her in the comment section show, which I don't think has worked out. Like, she's not bad. She's not Beck Cooper, though. I think when it comes to that, I think what it could have been, I suspect Jeremy Boring might have a bit of a, how can I put this? Maybe a bit of a bias against young talent. I know a lot of people are saying he isn't, that it's an issue with women that he has. I don't think that's the problem. I think the issue is it's kind of young talent. I think with Jeremy, it kind of seems like he wants to keep the Daily Wire as kind of an old boys club, an old conservative club. So if you know what I mean. I think the fact that it's the young talents that are going is a good indicator. Now, I think a lot of people are saying that it's partly because of these controversies that Jeremy stepped down as CEO. And like obviously Jeremy and the Daily Wire are saying it's not. I do think it is though. Now, a lot of people are saying that the Daily Wire is struggling. I don't think it is. It's slowed down, definitely, yeah, definitely in the last 6 months. But like when they're producing really good stuff, like Matt Walsh's "Am I Racist?" When he did "What Is a Woman?" I don't think anyone expected either of those to be as big as they were. They were going to be big, definitely, but I don't think they were going to be as big as they were. I think I think there was a bit of pressure on Jeremy to kind of lose the reins of the Daily Wire. Now, the other co-CEO who's taking it over full time, I actually can't remember her name right now, which just kind of shows I actually don't know anything about her, to be honest. I hope she does a good job. Because I do want the Daily Wire to succeed. I mean, I am a subscriber to the Daily Wire. Um, because again, I do think they do a lot of great work, and I think it's a lot of work that's necessary. But they have done some missteps, and they kind of need to readjust a bit. So, what do I think is going to happen with the Daily Wire in the next few years? Hopefully, they continue to build, which they probably will. They need to get some new talent in, but they kind of need to stop being, for lack of a better term, an old boys club. They need to really be, they need to really be inviting to young talent. So, what do you guys think? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and do not forget to subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. The controversy around the Daily Wire is fascinating, but I don't think it's as big as people are making it out to be. I think people are blowing it a bit out of proportion, really. But yeah, they've made some missteps. But I'm gonna be honest, it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.